Good morning. Welcome back into Wake Up America. As the war in Eastern Europe continues to rage, back here at home, President Joe Biden prepares for his first State of the Union address tonight. You can watch that here at 8 p.m. Eastern on Newsmax.
And for more, let's welcome the chairwoman of the Republican National Convention and host of the Real America podcast, Ronna McDaniel. Good morning.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Great to have you back, especially on the heels of CPAC over the weekend. That was it was nice to see the former president speak. I saw the straw poll puts him as the overwhelming favorite for 2024. We had Jim McLaughlin on the program earlier this morning, and I asked him, I said, was that poll taken before his speech Saturday night or after? He said you could kind of vote during the whole four-day event,
yeah.
But I think the results would have been overwhelming had it been done after his speech. Another big speech is going to happen tonight. President Joe Biden with an amazing opportunity to unite Americans and democracies around the world. Ronna, what are you expecting tonight from the president?
Well, I actually just went back and looked at his inaugural address where he talked about the need for unity, working across the aisle. And I'd say a year into his presidency, we've seen none of the things that he promised a year ago. The State of the Union is not stronger under Joe Biden's leadership. I think the American people are desperate to hear him acknowledge that his policies have caused inflation, have caused a rise in the cost of living, that he has not visited our southern border, that it is open and porous and drugs are coming across. And certainly the uncertainty that we're seeing on the world stage with Russia invading Ukraine and our unwillingness to produce oil and gas here in the United States and ramp that up and take that tool away from Russia. Those are the types of things I hope he would address. I don't think he will.
Yeah, Ronna, let's listen to a recent soundbite from our president.
I think one of the significant things we're going to find 10 years from now is a phenomenal negative psychological impact that COVID has had on the public psyche. And so you have an awful lot of people who are notwithstanding the fact that, that things have gotten so much better for them economically.
Wow. Ronna, do you think this is the type of backhanded rhetoric we might hear tonight from him?
Yeah, I just feel like we haven't heard him ever really truly address the American people. And it almost seems like he doesn't care that we are feeling the impact of COVID. Let me just tell you, as a mom of a teenager who missed a year and a half of school, we're feeling that. We're feeling through businesses, the labor shortages and the supply chain issues. I mean, everyone in America right now, it's not rhetoric that the Republican Party is putting forward. We're all seeing it with our own eyes at the gas pump. And we have a president who continually refuses to say that and says, look, the sun's shining, it's bright, when we know it's raining.
Totally.
I don't know if tonight will be any different.
Totally.
And I think that's a big part of his problem, that he doesn't seem to have empathy for the issues real Americans are feeling.
Well, Ronna, the administration, they treat us all like we're idiots. You know, when he was first elected, I said, well, they treat us all like we're kids. They don't treat us like we're kids. I've got two little kids, and I treat them with a lot more respect than he treats the majority of the American people. This headline from The Hill, I wanted to point this out, just to prove once and for all that a lot of what we've been told to do for the last 2 years is totally political. This from The Hill: the House is lifting their mask mandate tonight ahead of the State of the Union address. My goodness, Ronna, the science is really amazing. If you follow the science, it leads right to the doorstep of the White House before the State of the Union address.
The science just happens to coincide with the State of the Union. Isn't it amazing?
That
it's
is
a total
proof
coincidence.
that it's political. Yeah.
It is. And, you know, my son finally got to take off the mask last week, and I talked to him, and he's like, it's so great, Mom, to see my teachers, to be able to learn about concepts like Algebra 2. I understand it so much better. And I think about the 2 years that these kids have been dealing with this. And again, we don't have a president who's saying, I hear what you're saying, parents. I feel you. Instead, we've been called domestic terrorists.
Totally.
We've been called racist. We've been called everything under the sun because they don't want to have a discussion about our real concerns. I hope he does well tonight. Our country right now needs leadership. I really want to hear that he's going to ramp up oil production and take away the funding from Putin on this war on Ukraine. We are all rooting for Ukraine. We want our leaders to do well during this perilous time. But we just have not seen that from Joe Biden in the past year.
Great point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Ronna, I hear you. I have kids. They were able to take their mask off yesterday. And my youngest daughter said, Mom, now I can finally breathe in school.
Yeah.
But,
it breaks your heart. It was emotional. Same with my kids yesterday.
Yeah, some schools are still waiting to March. But we appreciate your insight and for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.